चलो भाई।
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important. What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here. But it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
And why not? What did Stoker say about the Children of the Night? Well, using my blood, I could create a whole army of vampires.
Surely you're joking.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
I'll leave.
It's here again.
Good evening, Miss.
Evening.
Goodbye.
Damn.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. I feel better already. Can I go soon?
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. Good evening, Nurse Hall.
Good evening.
Goodbye.
Damn. It's here again.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear. Good evening.
Good evening.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
I'd like...
Wise choice, Doctor.
Jonathan, are you all right?
Words cannot describe the emptiness.
I'm here for you, Jonathan. If you ever need to talk.
Could I ask you some delicate questions?
Ask, and I will answer if I choose.
I mean, you don't live here.
I have a house in London, where I reside with my daughter.
A daughter? Is she,
No. Charlotte is a perfectly normal young lady. And if you must know, I adopted. Perhaps you'll meet her someday.
There's so much I want to know. I mean, what? Where? Who?
Slow down, Jonathan. And please, not all questions should be answered.
Please tell me. Are you Lady Ashbury? Is that your real name?
Yes, and no. I was born Elizabeth Samantha Mary Englewood. Out of pure vanity, I cannot tell you when I was born.
How do you live with the guilt?
I can't answer that, Jonathan. But we have to accept our nature. Nothing good can come of fighting who we are.
you killed someone you've known?
Jonathan, have you forgotten what I do here? I need to meet the men and women I kill.
Have you ever killed family?
I will not answer that. In time, perhaps.
Tell me, why do you finance this hospital?
I'm lucky to be in a privileged position to help those less fortunate. Kindness takes the edge off the years.
And our Dr. Swansea? He's fine with this culling of patients.
Dr. Swansea is a man firmly rooted in the realities of the modern world. He understands what we're trying to achieve here.
If you'll forgive me, it seems a little hypocritical healing those that you may kill.
Jonathan, we are what we are, a paradox. Dead flesh with a lust for life.
I'll see you later. It's locked, all right. Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
Circumstances, I'm willing. Doctor. Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye. Good evening.
And good...
Good.
I will not let you down.
Have you found Oswald?
Not yet, sir.
All right. What do you want to know?
I have all the...
Thank you.
I cannot enter.
Die here. I want to see the sky, feel the fresh air. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. Okay, I'm...
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help you. Do you remember him?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
अच्छा कैसा लगा कैसा लगा नहीं मैं खुद लंबी खेल रहा हूँ पूरा घूम रहा हूँ इधर उधर आराम से मैं बहुत डॉगी हूँ मैं साइबरपंक और असैसिन क्रीड वो तो बहुत अलग है वो तो बहुत अलग है नहीं यार साइबरपंक इतनी अच्छा नहीं होगा क्योंकि फर्स्ट पर्सन है क्या नहीं रखता नहीं डिटेल लूंगा नहीं साइबरपंक भी अच्छा खूबसूरत गेम होगा
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Hello?
It's one of these! Reach, boy! Watch out! Watch out, boys! Oh, Christ! Kill you!
That's what he said! Christ! He's dead!
स्वागत करने तुम्हारा मैं तुम तो मेरी पार्टी में बैठोगे अभी तो
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
नहीं मास्टर्स कर रहा हूँ मैं नहीं आप नहीं समझ रहा
Somebody help!
What do you want?
यार लॉक टाइम
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Shaoshun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Shouldn't you go back home?
Maybe later.
नहीं अम्मी वीडियो भी नहीं आ रही और ओवर एक्टिंग वीडियो भी
Carnage. Is Father Whitaker's disciple among the bodies, I wonder? This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker.
Carry me
Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail. It's locked.
Maybe.
नहीं लड़ते सब हैं यार कंटेंट चाहिए होता है सब क्लिक बिट के लिए होता है हाँ ड्रामा होता है
As I feared. Samuel no longer preaches the good word.
यार जब मैं वो खेल रहा था मैं नहीं खेल रहा था मेरा भाई होगा ये भी मेरा भाई खेल रहा था और
I have this. Thirst for blood. This is despicable.
एक सेकंड यार मैं एक उसमें हूँ क्या सीन है ये competent to craft a medicine, treatment or serum. Treatment of हेडेक का होना अभी मेरे पास एनीमिया का तो जरूरत ही नहीं है एनीमिया की जरूरत ही नहीं है यार क्या कमेंट करूँ यार फटीग का ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ ब्रोंकीज हाँ मैंने देखा किसने कमेंट किया ये हार सेम doing the same mission
Shouldn't you go back home where you'll be safe?
Maybe later. But for now, I need to talk to my husband at the cemetery, Mr. Reed.
हाँ तेरा क्या कमेंट पढ़ूंगा तू तो यहाँ बैठा है अपनी लाइव स्ट्रीम में मैंने इग्नोर कर दिया था तेरा कमेंट यहाँ बोल दिया कमेंट नहीं कर क्या क्या करूँ कमेंट्री जब करते हैं ऑडियंस ज़्यादा हो अभी ऐसी खाली बैठेगी कमेंट्री ये फोकस कर लो क्योंकि उसका ऑलरेडी तेरा फोकस गेम पे मांगता है यार क्या यार ये वीडियो डिस्ट्रेस वाला सीन क्या आ गया है एक सेकंड रुक जाओ साइड मिशन है ना मेरे ख्याल से ब्रोंकीज है इसको वीडियो इन डिस्ट्रेस सिटीजन को ट्रैक करूं मैं नॉर्मल स्टैंडर्ड एडिशन मुझे मालूम है यूबीसॉफ्ट तो इतने डीएलसी निकालते हैं
I have this thirst for blood. Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. one thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
How is it possible? Tell me. Is it so easy to take a life every night, and then just smile and nod at those you spared?
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You've felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
Thank you, my lady. I will.
Good. But be careful. If I found you here, others may too.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
सही है यार, सही कोई बात नहीं।
This is despicable.
This one's mine!
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
The power of...
This man stunned me with his faith. His crucifix. This is not good news.
बोलो
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Have you any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Without a proper investigation,
Goodbye, Mr.
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son.
Don't you fear getting sick yourself?
Faith gives me all I need, my son. If I must fall, then...
No doubt your faith will prevail, but let me give you some extra protection against the devil's work. Medicine.
Blessed be your generosity, my son.
I have found Samuel, your disciple. I am afraid I have bad news.
I already expected the worst. He should already have come back. He is dead, isn't he?
Yes, he is now. The epidemic took him.
Samuel steadily made donations to our cause. He would have rewarded you himself if you'd found me in that awful cemetery. Please accept this money.
Tobias Whitaker, confess why you burnt those people alive.
I have done what no one was ready to do. I will smite the flesh of the unclean to protect the righteous.
वो इसकी बहन है.
You are just another heartless murderer, exploiting the epidemic to kill with impunity.
No! No. The only way to contain the spread is to strike at the source itself. The proliferating sick.
You're not the savior of London. You're just a glorified sadist.
I take no pleasure in this awful cleansing, Dr. Reed. I am only driven by the thousands of innocents I save each night.
Why did you send Samuel to the cemetery, Tobias? What did you see there?
I sent him on a vision. A dream of a dreadful and laughing queen covered with blood, sleeping with the dead and feeding on the fear of the dying.
A laughing queen dressed in blood. Tell me more.
This epidemic is her feast, the announcement of her return. Against her, science is no more than a child's toy.
But who is she?
She is the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. She is Babylon, drunk on the blood of the saints.
What?
I sent...
You sent a man... Good evening, Miss...
It's far...
किसका DLC?
Your disciple, Samuel, stole from the dead in Stonebridge Cemetery. I have proof of his crime, and proof of his death.
No! Samuel was the best of us. So devoted, so zealous. He gave all he had for the cause. He tirelessly preached the good word.
इसके सारे हो गए recovering no blood loss. हाँ बोलो. तुम्हारा PS Plus है तुम्हारे पास? अच्छा समीर है तो समीर का अकाउंट तुम्हारा प्राइमरी होगा ना मेरे ख्याल से. हाँ तो फिर और तुम्हारे पास नहीं है PS Plus तुम्हारे अकाउंट में जो अबू दियार का जो अकाउंट है. नहीं तो तुम गेम नहीं ले सकते. तो तुम पे यही करो समीर के अकाउंट से अपने डाउनलोड करके रख लो और खेलते रहो.
He defiled the dead with his petty thefts. That's how he financed your misguided crusade.
Think what you will. When this city is saved, he will be praised for his devoted fortitude. He walked boldly into the mouth of abomination.
Your precious Samuel used you. He was an immoral crook.
If that's true, then he will be my burden to bear during this endless night.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought.
Or are you?
Well, what... I have heard enough. Goodbye. Good evening, Miss.
It's far.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
It's the vanity of that woman which caused her death. Only penance can save us from the scourge.
I have heard enough.
Retrieve belt, Louis box.
Would you like me to?
Steady, boys, we've got one of them. I hate late
ये दोपहर में खेलेंगे मजा आएगा आज रेड करते हैं अब तो ऑपरेशन भी ले लिया मैंने
Filthy fucking beast!
या 3, 4, 5 के बीच क्या बोल रहे हो मैं हाफ गेम होने वाला है मेरा ये लंदन है इंग्लैंड नहीं तुम पूछ क्या रहे थे मेरा टाइम मैं तो पाकिस्तानी टाइम जो है अपना मैं तो पाकिस्तान का मैं वैम्पायर पूछ लो किस कंट्री में खेल मैं बिजी हो गया था अपने काम के काम से गया हुआ भाई खेल रहा था उस वक्त मेरा शाहजी अभी मैं ऐसी एक जगह पे जा रहा था वो बड़ा था एक मोटा सा आदमी आया बोल रहा मैं लॉ हूँ वो मुझे धमकी दे गया मुझे तड़ी दे गया शाहजी वो एक मोटा सा था आदमी वैम्पायर था बोल रहा है मैं जज हूँ अगर तुमने वैम्पायर्स को फॉलो नहीं किया मैं तुम्हारे को मार डालूंगा यानी हमें धमकी दे रहा है यार तो पागल समझा है तो बच्चे हैं कोई ऐसे ही मार देगा मैं आके मैं 14 पे हूँ मैं 14 और चैप्टर 3 अभी चल रहा है मेरा अभी तक यूज करने की नौबत नहीं आई है वो ब्लड निकल लेगा शाहजी जब कोई होगा ना बैकअप पे खाने पीने के लिए मेरे 4000 होने वाले हैं जी हम मोटिवेट कर रहे हैं लोगों को ना लेकिन हर किसी का नसीब ऐसा नहीं होता कि गिफ्ट मिल जाए गिफ्ट यार किधर मिलेगा ये इसका बैग रिट्रीव करना रिट्रीव करना है, मिल नहीं रहा है। शाजी एरो बना हुआ आ रहा है ऊपर, यानी ऊपर ही होगा ना। एक बैग ढूंढना है इनका ना, ये जो है क्या नाम है लड़कों का, ये नहीं है जोसेफ पैटरसन और बैरेट लुइस का बैग है कोई। रिट्रीव बैरेट लुइस बॉक्स है, हाँ साइड मिशन है सिटीजन क्वेस्ट। रिट्रीव बैरेट लुइस बॉक्स। बैरेट लुइस बेटर स्ट्रीट मर्चेंट एंड हाँ तो मिल नहीं रहा है। मैं लोकेशन पे तो आ गया हूँ। अरे मिल गया।
This could be the box Lewis thought he loved. A love letter from Joe P.
अरे ये तो गे निकला सर शाजी, कैरेक्टर ही। Barrett of the financial situation, Barrett had an affair with Joe Patterson. अच्छा जो पैटरसन की वाइफ से अफेयर था, सही हो गया।
Patterson's wife addressed to Barrett Lewis. Who should I give it to, I wonder?
शाजी अब ना मेरे पास एक डिसीजन आया है, यानी डिसीजन ही मेरी मर्जी है कि मैं जो एक लेटर मिला है मैं उसको बता दूं। एक सेकंड में बताता हूँ। मैं बैरेट को बॉक्स दूं या फिर पैटरसन को। जो पैटरसन की बीवी का अफेयर चल रहा है बैरेट लुइस से, अब बैरेट लुइस को बचाऊं या फिर जो पैटरसन को। हाँ ये मैं बैरेट लुइस को दे देता हूँ। घोड़ों की जगह खच्चर घूम रहे होते हैं। घोड़ों की जगह खच्चर। गधा गधा गधा। वो आता है, वो कौन सी वो बड़ी फेमस, वो बड़ा फेमस डायलॉग है वो मौला जट का। कौन सा है वो शाजी, वो कौन सा डायलॉग है मौला जट मूवी का? मौला जट पुरानी मूवी है, उसका एक डायलॉग है ना। आर्थर मॉर्गन, आर्थर मॉर्गन।
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus.
नवा आया तोड़िया।
I found this box in an abandoned building nearby. I believe it belongs to you.
Let's have a look.
Oh my
Yeah, this is mine.
जब कोई
So, you faced those loons that roam around there. Extraordinary.
I suppose I was lucky.
Luck is a commodity round here. Yours should be properly rewarded.
About this package, it's not just tools and trinkets, is it?
I want to be rude or anything after your kind gesture, but it's none of your business.
शाजी पैसा दिया उसने मुझे।
Barrett, you had an affair with Joe's wife, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. She's the only woman I loved. My first regret is that she stayed with Joe after Harry was born. The second is I never shed a tear when she died.
Do you mean you're Harry's father?
No one will ever know for sure. And it's better that way. And I don't believe I'd have been all that bad as a dad.
Did you ever try talking to Joe?
Never. But I suspected he knew everything, even without knowing it. And he decided to make me pay in his own way.
Do you have any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Sad, of course, but I won't cry for her.
Why are you so indifferent?
I never trusted what she was...
Goodbye for now.
You again?
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
You are a criminal who endorses criminal activity. The least you could do is stop hiding behind this pretense.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes...
Goodbye.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your... Do you need help, sir?
I only need you to purchase something from my shop, sir.
Good. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me, then? Okay, then. Come on, in. I'm Harry, by the way. Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough, like... Well, you know.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which... What can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
15 को अपडेट आ रही है 16 को. अरे हम रीजन 1 में मैक्स हो गया था मैं. सेम पूरा एक्सप्लोर करके खेल रहा था मैं भी.
I'm sure your father did his best when he found this house. Times are tough for everyone, young man.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
हाँ वही वो वैम्पायर पे क्या कहते हैं वैम्पायर कैसी गेम है क्या है इस गेम में?
बेहतरीन गेम है भाई. Cleric beast. ब्लड बॉन्ड का दूसरा पार्ट नहीं निकाल ले लो.
Do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
Do you remember when Barrett Lewis was close to your family? To your mother?
Not really. I was too young. But I remember it was a happier time. Mr. Lewis was funny. He often had dinner with us.
How was he towards you?
He was nice, I guess. He never forgot my birthday. He always offered me books.
Why are you sad?
It hurts to realize he's as sad as me now.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much. I was young then.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my sake.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough, like... Well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Have you any recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Why am I not surprised that a woman like her got killed? Whitechapel is a shithole.
Goodbye, young man.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
It's locked, all right.
अरे शाजी इसको ग्रुप में ऐड कर दो ना, मेरे पास इसका नंबर पड़ा है व्हाट्सएप वाले ग्रुप में। हाँ हाँ मैं सेंड कर देता हूँ, आप इसको ऐड कर दो। अरे अभी तो लिए चेन ऑल चपड़े वाली।
Is there only pain?
Of your home will not protect you, for there is no protection against
हाँ जहाँ से बार बार स्पॉन होंगे हम। मुर्गे का कौन शाजी? वो बॉस है, वो बॉस थोड़ी है।
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted.
इसमें म्यूजिक बहुत आला चलता है शादी।
I don't know.
इसका बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक है ना, बेहतरीन गेम है।
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray.
मैं assassin पे जाऊँगा।
Cleanse my soul.
रोग में?
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's.
रोग में तो डेलस और अपना एनविल अच्छे हैं ना। मैं सोचा नहीं है, देखूंगा सबके पर्क्स और सबकी ना चीजें मेरे पास होने वाला है। वो भी अच्छा ग्लिच डेलेला।
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a person.
self revive वाला अच्छा है।
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your channel. For I can be as silent as stone.
शाहजी ये एक पादरी है, मुझसे कन्फेस करा रहा है कि तू बता दे वैम्पायर है इंसान है, क्या करूं? हाँ I have word। अच्छा मैं पीछे के डायलॉग से सुने नहीं। I have word for the department. This is a private concern. This is a Odale।
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
Cheese? तू देख रहा था मेरी स्ट्रीम?
क्या?
स्ट्रीम मेरी तुम देख रहे थे?
नहीं, मैं फोर्टनाइट खेल रहा हूँ।
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She has been laid to rest. That's all you need to know.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
ऊंची नस्ल। I wish I could forget all of this.
I wish I could forget all this.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question.
मैं हटा इतनी फिल्म ड्रामा क्रिएट
Would you like her to know?
मिलियन है ना, मिलियन सब्सक्राइबर है ना उनके?
I'm so sorry, Mary. I promise to find who is responsible for all this. I'll put an end to this horror.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Vampyr. मेरा है।
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
नहीं मैंने नहीं देखी, मुझे चैनल बता दो, मैं चला जाऊंगा। हकीकत टीवी। अबे यार हर कोई देख रहा होता है यहाँ पे। कराची में इतनी, पाकिस्तान में इतनी मीम बनती है।
Hello again, miss. Tell me, Camellia, how are things now the dispensary is closed? Very well. Goodbye.
हाँ, अब आपसे बोल रहा हूँ।
Over there! There's one of them vermin! Die, vermin! We have to stop
ऑस्ट्रेलिया में नहीं हुआ था, न्यूजीलैंड में हुआ था। कौन से गेम पे? PUBG? गाली दूं ऐसे लोगों को जो जाइलो वाली बात करे ना। हाँ सही किया यार, अजीब जाहिल लोग हैं यार, कुछ समझ नहीं आता बोल देते हैं बस फट करके। तो डॉलर आता है इससे और क्या बोल रहे हो? नहीं यही नाम है मेरे चैनल का। अबे यार कहाँ जाना है यार? हाँ मैं इसको यही बोल रहा था, देख अबूद ये कोई इतना बड़ा सेलिब्रिटी तो है नहीं जो दुनिया इसके पीछे पड़ी है इसका चैनल हैक करने के लिए, ठीक है। अब मैंने इसको ये बोला तेरे किसी जानने वाले या दोस्त वगैरह नहीं, तेरे से मजाक किया और तेरा चैनल हैक किया, वरना तेरा क्यों कोई चैनल हैक किया?
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth.
You. I remember you.
La lovely. What's good?
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
You selected me, chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
जाना वीडियोस तो गई हैं तेरी, कौन सी वीडियोस तेरे पास पड़ी भी तो होंगी, वही वाला चला। पासवर्ड हर चीज़ कर दे, सिक्योर कर दे, बैकअप पे रख हर चीज़, वही चला। क्या हुआ? फिर बना लियो। तेरे पास तेरी वीडियोस नहीं पड़ी हुई? मैं तो बैकअप पे रखता हूँ भाई सारी वीडियोस। हाँ किसी USB वगैरह में रख लो यार। यार 15 को रिलीज हो रहा है। 15 हाँ हाँ। बहुत आला रहेगा यार, कोऑप होगा, मिशन आएंगे, न्यू स्टोरी आएगी और फ्री DLC यार। खूबसूरत गेम है, खूबसूरत गेम। क्या गेम है। मैंने जो पहले मुझे जो आए थे ना, एक तो अपना रेड डेड, मेटल गियर, डेथ स्ट्रैंडिंग और अपना घोस्ट ऑफ सुशीमा, शैडो ऑफ वॉर और अब वैम्पायर खेल रहे हैं। गेम अच्छे लगते हैं यार, लेकिन ये ऐसे गेम बहुत कम आते हैं। बहुत प्यारा गेम। विचर 3 यार, गेम उसका नाम ही नहीं लिया मैंने। विचर 3 का कैसे भूल गया मैं। विचर 3 की भी अपनी एक क्लास है यार। बहुत प्यारा गेम है, इंक्लूडेड उसके DLC यार। तुमने विचर 3 खेलो यार। विचर 3 तो बेस्ट गेम है, यानी बेस्ट बेस्ट।
I can't believe I'm doing this.
हाँ बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हो भाई। विचर जिसने नहीं खेला उसने कुछ नहीं खेला। ओहो ब्लड एंड वाइन तो यार कोई आतंक है। बेस्ट ऑफ बेस्ट। और हार्ट एंड स्टोन भी अच्छा है, लेकिन जो ब्लड एंड वाइन की जो है ना अपनी क्लास। ओहो।
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Tell me the truth about your appointment as a medic during the war, Rakesh.
The regiment administration appointed me by mistake. I had to learn the job on the spot, sir. Very hard, sir, but I rose to the challenge.
Do you realize how many soldiers died because of that decision?
Metal Gear नहीं खेला तुमने?
You should have refused.
Yes, sir. I swear I did, sir.
Metal Gear खेला है?
But no one listened. When the first wounded arrived, I had to do what I could.
It is an unbelievable story, Mr. Chidana.
It was a time beyond belief, Dr. Reed. But I'm happy not to deal with the wounded. I prefer caring for the dead now.
You can't impersonate a doctor. You can't improvise a medical education. People could die at your hands.
You're absolutely right, sir. But as a field surgeon, it was more like being a butcher.
Do you believe you have really helped these people?
My ratings were within the averages of the regiment. I saved lives, Dr. Reed. Does that not say enough about triage and war surgery?
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death?
Ground Zero इतना अच्छा नहीं, इतना
I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality?
वो जो अपना अफगानिस्तान वाले सीन है।
Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, even goodwill.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse.
उनको balloon
And
में
I
लटका
like
के
to
हवा
be
में
helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is
अपनी base
we'll
पे
all die before losing our humanity, sir.
Assassin's Creed हाँ खेला है मैंने Odyssey भी खेला है मैंने Origin भी खेला है Syndicate भी खेला है Alexios हाँ हाँ यार नहीं फिर वो कॉपी हो जाता अच्छा नहीं लाए पता है इस गेम में पता है घोस्ट में पता है Assassin's Creed को बड़ा गंदा दिखाया है असैसन को जलील कर रहे हैं लोग इस गेम में कि आप पीठ पीछे आगे मारते हो आप मर्द बनो सामने लड़ो
A pawnbroker. I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of
सामने आके लड़ते हैं
For I sell all kind of goods.
Man to man face.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
हाँ बहुत 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 महंगा $500 का $500 कितने पड़ेंगे आज 85 एक 30 का जाएगा है नहीं ना
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
हाँ मैंने 2-3 बहुत लोगों को कहा है
Goodbye, Mr.
खराब कर दिया Assassin's Creed यार भाई जो Assassin का काम होता है ना वो ही नहीं आप तो खुला मारते हैं पहले होता था यूं छुप छुप के मार रहे हैं भाई assassination कर रहे हैं यार नहीं अब तो भाई Odyssey नहीं Origin ने ही खराब कर दिया था
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
एक सेकंड बोलो
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the
मैंने सारे इसकी तो फिर बाद में अपडेट आ गई थी लेजेंड आई थी इसकी
Jonathan.
उसमें खेला था मैंने भाई
This is sacred ground.
हाँ लीथल में मैंने आधा गेम हाँ उसमें खेला था हार्ड में फिर जब मेरा गेम ऑलमोस्ट 60 या 70% प्रोग्रेस कर गया था तो एक अपडेट आई थी जिसमें लीथल आ गई थी इसकी नई डिफिकल्टी तो उसमें खेला था मैंने लीथल में ना आपको सोल बॉन्ड वाला का मजा देगा ये गेम
Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
बुज़दिल होते थे ना बुज़दिल होते ना पीठ पीछे आगे मारते थे
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
ओहो अब मजा नहीं रहा अब Assassin's Creed बिल्कुल टट्टी कर दिया इन्होंने बहुत खराब कर दिया Assassin's Creed
If you don't mind,
अब
I have a
RPG
few
Witcher जैसा
questions.
गेम बनाना चाह
I'd
रहे
be
हैं
delighted to help you if I'm able.
I just recently met the strangest creature in Whitechapel. He was immense. He mocked me and accused me of hypocrisy.
Perhaps it was a skull. London's streets are overflowing with them these days.
It was a vampire, all right. But what kind, I'm not sure. He was large and very fast.
If you find anything more about this creature, the Brotherhood would greatly appreciate any information you could spare.
It was a vampire, all right. But what kind, I'm not sure. He was large and very fast.
If you find anything more about this creature, the Brotherhood would greatly appreciate any information you could spare.
हाँ मुंशी मोबाइल गिर गया मुंशी रुक हाँ मुंशी अबे यार आवाज कट रही है तेरी हाँ बोल हाँ सही बोलो Mama. Manny. Bolo.
He was observing me with the obvious intent to do me harm. His very presence evoked a palpable sense of menace.
You need to be careful, Jonathan. You've no idea what this creature really is.
Episode 2?
I recently tried to enter a church. It has been a very unpleasant experience.
The Brotherhood's research on the matter of faith and vampirism has proved somewhat insubstantial, to say the least.
Is this proof that I'm cursed in the eyes of the divine?
The wrath of the Almighty. There's no way of knowing. It could be subconscious guilt, or irrational fear, or deep-seated beliefs.
It's hard to explain in terms of science, that's for sure.
I'm sure Lady Ashbury will have far greater insight into this matter than little old me.
Who was that man in your office?
Geoffrey McCullum, actual leader of the Guard of Prewen.
They know I'm here now, don't they?
I understand your need for blood, and will not get in your way. But if you could refrain from feeding within these walls, it would go a long way to defending your case.
What do they hope?
Their ultimate goal is the eradication of all vampires in the country.
What exactly happened here while I was absent?
Hampton turned, quite violently as it happened.
Are you sure it was Hampton that killed Miss Jones?
There was blood everywhere, but no body. And you know the state she was in. I fear for what he did.
How did the Guard of Prewen come to hear of it?
McCullum has spies everywhere. He will jump at...
Thank you, Edgar.
चलो यार स्ट्रीम में रोकता हूँ